most successful Bitcoin strategy would be take it to a country which has a collapsing currency, hold deposited Bitcoin, and then find a bank that will loan you money in the collapsing currency and spend the collapsing currency. In fact, if you're funding in dollars and you're saving in Bitcoin, then you get the arbitrage. And the arbitrage right now, for example, for the last 4 years, Bitcoin's appreciating 55% a year in dollars, which means that if you could borrow money in dollars at less than 55%, say you borrowed money at 5% and you bought Bitcoin, you got a 50% arbitrage, which meant that if you borrowed $1 million, you were getting a 50% yield on $1 million for 4 years. You doubled your money every 14 months.
Going to a different economy. And we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box, provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and When the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly up. And guys, this week is going to be a roller coaster ride. But we know on the weekend we're the only game in town. But we do have futures contracts ending on Friday. And this is also going to be an entertaining week because we have the presidential debate. And I'm going to get into that later. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. On Friday, we had yield rates up. We had the dollar up. We have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $421 billion. And that's almost like $100 billion swing this week. So, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual repo on a daily basis. Now, like I stated, we're going to have a roller coaster ride this week in crypto due to futures. It's like clockwork. It happens every month. But then, guys, the day before, we have Trump and Biden in the House. And we know this is all about the Hegelian dialectic, the divide and conquer. And if they have a dialogue when it comes to digital currencies, that's going to put us on the main stage. But this debate is very important because a few weeks from that time, Trump is going to be sentenced. Plus, in July, we have our last Fed meeting. We're going to skip August, and we have to wait all the way until September. And we're only 5 months away from the election. How fast time flies. And guys, like I stated, once we get this president, remember, this president is chosen to move us into this fourth industrial revolution. Remember, I said chosen, not elected. Because once he starts office and ends office, we're going to be in a total whole new world due to all this technology. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, we have the spot Bitcoin ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale were all down on Friday. And we have asset managers update proposal for Ethereum spot ETFs, also post the fees and the seed investments. Fidelity had a $4.7 million investment. And guys, we know these investments and the liquidity is not the same for Bitcoin. And liquidity is going to start drawing up because now it's time for them to build. They're going to be siphoning out this money in order to get this fourth industrial revolution built. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, getting over into crypto news, we have one topic here. We have the German government sells 325 million Bitcoin in 2 days. And of course, this is money that they seized, and we know we're months away from Mt.Gox. Now, whenever the government seizes Bitcoin and sells it, for some reason it ends in the same hands of these corporations. We hear from Tim Draper all the time on how cheap he received these cryptos. And then also, as FTX was going down, we see Galaxy Digital in charge of the fund, and then Pantera Capital getting Solana at cheap prices. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows, when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.